Six, I believe, out of this. So there's only going to be a few miss. Car 28 will lead them away. Zach McDonald. Sean Egan outside in the 41 car. 229, Tim Jackson on the inside of the second row. Car 22, Kurt Gambrell outside. Third row is Josh Smith in the 11 car and Harvey Oliver in the Western Australian car 22. Third row, Rachel Jenkins in the 13. Josh Arm in the 15, not there. Chris Crow, the 49 car. Casey Collins, car 21. Abby Meehan, car 23. And car 9, Julian Ollie. 20 laps the journey. Car 41, Sean Egan's on the infield. So out of this one as well. So only a few of these are going to miss out, but it's still a B main coming your way for the Australian Modlites title, off and running, and on the outside, Kurt Gambrash goes into the race lead. Down the main straight away at the completion of one. Kurt Gambrash is still the race leader. Tucked in there behind him will be Tim Jackson. The 28 car is Zach McDonald coming down the inside. Zach McDonald looking for the race lead as they head down the back straight for the third occasion into that western corner. Car 28, Zach McDonald right on the inside of the Cambrash car as they go down the main straightaway once again and under the control tower, and car 28, Zach McDonald, absolutely explodes. Wow. That's how you blow up a Modlite.
Yeah, not wrong. In a big way. The 28. Up in smoke, and the fire crew always quick on the job. Out of the car and okay, which is always good news.
The B main for the Modlites for their Australian title. Can we get 16 laps completed? Revs build, let's go racing over the white line and past the witch's hat. Kurt Grambauer puts the pedal down and says, chase me. Tim Jackson up to the challenge, and so is Josh Smith. Next one behind them would be Chris Crow trying to get to the outside of the racetrack on the outside of the 11 car. Next one, Casey Collins in hot pursuit. Back then we go to Harvey Oliver in the 22 car. And outside of him in the 9 is Julian Ollie, but we'll stick with race leader down the main straightaway once again, Kurt Grambauer. Still chasing Tim Jackson. Then we've got a real battle royal for position number 3. The 11 car is Josh Smith. He's being swamped inside and outside, but he's holding on around the western corner. It's Chris Crow on the outside in the 49 car. Almost up level, can't quite pull it off. Now he's up level with him again down the back chute and underneath the canteen and into the western corner, and we've got Chris Crow back into position number 3. Casey Collins is in there as well, and they're coming left and right. Julian Ollie also in there, trying to get up into those front positions so they can get a run in the Australian title later on this evening down the main straightaway. Kurt Grambauer in the 22 car. Tim Jackson still in hot pursuit. Then we've got Chris Crow and we've got Casey Collins down the inside of him. Remember, we want 6. So one of these front 7 cars is going to miss out. Behind Casey Collins is the 11 car of Josh Smith, and on the outside of him is Julian Ollie, and then the West Aussie car of Harvey Oliver. Down the main straightaway for our race leader, Kurt Grambauer. He's halfway home. Back behind him still is Tim Jackson. Challenge for position number 3 between Chris Crow and Casey Collins. Casey down the inside. They're coming up very quickly on the Tim Jackson 229 car. Down the main straight, Casey Collins has got himself into 3. Now he's having a look at the red car in front of him, while out in front, Kurt Grambauer out in the fresh air and relatively safe out there into the main straightaway. Car 229, Tim Jackson, still being chased by Casey Collins. Collins staying down low on the racetrack. Chris Crow would be the next one, and Julian Ollie now joining in the battle as Casey Collins moves up underneath Tim Jackson, goes into position number 2. Down the main straight, under the control tower, race leader Kurt Grambauer. Casey Collins chasing hard. Coming through at a great rate of knots is Julian Ollie, and he moves very quickly into position number 3, moving Tim Jackson out of the road. So front 3 now settle down to argue the point, and Kurt Grambauer is being swallowed up by Casey Collins, and Collins goes into the race lead as they go round turn 3 and 4 and head down the main chute and under the tower with 4 laps remaining in the event. Kurt Grambauer back in 2 is coming under some pressure from Julian Ollie. Back then we go to Tim Jackson, who's also coming under pressure this time from Chris Crow. The cut-off position will be the next car, and that's Josh Smith, who is in a battle royal with Harvey Oliver. Back to our race leaders. Western corner, Casey Collins careers down the main straightaway. Under the control tower he goes. Julian Ollie has got himself up into 2. Kurt Grambauer back to 3. Then we'll go to Chris Crow in 4. On the outside, a bit of a touch and a shove, but it doesn't do anybody any good. They're all still running. Car 11 is in there, Josh Smith. They've got a white flag coming out this time around for our race leader. Down the main chute he goes, and that is Casey Collins. He's 1 lap from home. Julian Ollie. Next one through there is still Kurt Grambauer. Then we've got the 49 car of Chris Crow and the 11 car of Josh Smith. But right now he's had a dreadful weekend, but he's made the final. Put your hands together for him. Casey Collins, Julian Ollie, next one home, Kurt Grambauer in front of Chris Crow. Car 11 completes the journey, Josh Smith, Harvey Oliver and Tim Jackson. Well, if it was possible to go wrong during the this weekend, it has done for young Casey, but he's finally made it. Casey Collins. Thank you, Jason. Well, a young fellow I've known for a long time. From junior sedan racing time, a long time ago. Casey, it's been one of those weekends, but right now you're on top of the world. You've made it to the back of the Australian title.
Yeah, it has been one of them weekends, hasn't it? DNF the first 2 heats on the first night. That was a bit disappointing, but been working at the car the whole weekend. Car felt great, that one. And look at this, we're in the big one, so here we go.
Okay, you got 30 laps. Long way to come from the back, but you give yourself a chance.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, there he goes, folks. Put your hands together for him. Casey Collins, winner of the B-Main here at the Modlites. And speaking of B-Mains, always the highlight of the race meeting. Here it comes.
It is. It certainly is. A quick birthday.